Quidiri, and in a bit we'll be touching on something very, very interesting. We're honored to have with us a trailblazer in the world of BMX racing, Miyanda Maseti. At just 18 years old, Miyanda has already made history as the first black woman to represent South Africa in cycling at the upcoming Paris Olympics. Her journey from receiving her first bike at age 4 to becoming 6-time South African champion and now an Olympian is nothing short of inspiring. Miyanda is joining us via StreamYard Audio. Miyanda, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Salam Media.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I'm sure you are feeling all kinds of nerves now. The Olympics in Paris only a few days away. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? What's going through your mind?
I'm kind of feeling all of it. I'm excited, nervous, scared, like all of it.
I can imagine. But I think first and foremost, let's start with your journey in BMX and cycling. I think this is something not very popular. Especially to us black people and also females, but you seem to be ticking both boxes, and you are a 6-time South African champion. Where did it all begin for you? Where did the love for BMX cycling start, and why not any sporting code? Why not netball, football, swimming? Why specifically BMX cycling?
It wasn't BMX for any specific reason. I literally have tried, I think, almost every single sport. So like I have tried. I even made a Easton's hockey team. So
Mm-hmm.
I have tried other sports, but then I started BMX and it was just like the most best sport I've ever tried. And I enjoyed it so much. And then I just happened to be good at it. And now I get to live one of my dreams because I always wanted to be an Olympian, whether it was in
Yeah.
hockey, athletics, or something. But I always knew that I was going to be an Olympian. And it's cool that it's happening in this sport.
But in BMXing, this seems like a kind of a dangerous sport. How do you tell your parents that this is what I want to do? I mean, I've seen videos of BMX cyclists, some of them crashing and hurting themselves. How did your parents respond to all of this?
First of all sports you can get hurt in. So it's like just you can choose your poison basically. You
Yeah.
can get hurt doing anything. So it's just like, but also my mom was very apprehensive because I got injured earlier, like last year, and she was like, just don't go back because she was so worried for me. And she's like, I don't want you to get hurt. And my dad's more like, you'll be fine. Just get up and keep going. So it's just
Mm.
like a mixture.
Winning the African Continental Championships must have been a huge moment for you. How did you feel securing your spot for the Olympics? I mean, you mentioned that you've always wanted to be an Olympian, and then you won the ACCs. I'm sure it must have been a really, really exciting moment. Take us through it.
Yo, for me, the thing is, I don't even know how excited I was back then because I didn't even know that I qualified yet because it was like a big thing. So I won the AFCON and that was my first ever elite title, which is really cool. But like
Mm.
I won the African champs and I was feeling like ecstatic. I had so much fun on the weekend and it was like one of my best performances I feel like while riding. So it was really cool to have.
And now you have this tag of being the first black female from Africa to compete in BMX at the Olympics. This is something very, very historic. What does this achievement mean to you personally, and also to the broader community and also the younger girls of color who are probably looking at you and saying, "Well, I might actually try the sport. I might try BMXing."
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's more important that everybody else sees me there. I know it sounds like I'm bragging or like hyping myself up, but I swear I'm not. I feel like it's important to see a South African and a black woman up there on the stage because it's never been seen before, and you don't know what is out there for you unless you see it, if that makes sense. So for me, I feel like it's more like representation and showing that everybody can do the sport. It's not just having to be this type of person or this kind of person that everybody else can try and can make the name for themselves.
Let's touch a bit about preparations. You mentioned that you've been training in the Netherlands due to facilities in South Africa not being particularly up to scratch. How has this international training helped you to prepare for the Olympics, and just the difference between training in South Africa and being in Europe?
It's just that the tracks here in Europe, like the racing tracks, are much bigger and much like higher and more intense and more speed. So getting used to tracks like this will help me prepare for the Olympics, because the tracks back home are like a lot smaller and a lot um more easy, like more flat. And coming here will it's giving me more experience on these heavy tracks, and so I can get myself as best prepared I can for the Olympics.
And I'm sure you probably looked at some of the other ladies that you'll be competing with in your category. What do you make of them? Who are you most wary of?
All of them. It's the 24. It's the
Yeah.
24 most, like the 24 best athletes in the entire world in BMX racing. There's not one of them that I'm not worried for.
But you're South African, man. I think this is time that we're seeing South Africans shining in all sporting codes, and I'm pretty sure they are wary of you too. I mean, coming in, so young and having the backing of the whole country behind you, and the tag of being the first black, woman. I'm sure it gives you some kind of credibility, eh?
I do got a little bit of street cred, but not that much.
All right, and just lastly, I'm sure you've been looking at your times and how you've been preparing for this ambitions. Do you think you can bring the gold, or searching for bronze or silver?
I'm just I'm just gonna go because this is my first Olympics, and I'm still very young in the sports, because
Yeah.
in our sporting code, the youngest you can be is 18. So
Mm,
there's a reason for that. So for me, I'm like, I'm just gonna go and see how good I can do, because I'm still new technically in the sports of elite. So I'm just, just building, learning from the experience and seeing how far I can go, just
mm.
absorbing the whole experience of becoming an Olympian.
Oh, it's awesome, man. And finally, what message do you have for your fans, supporters, and everyone that will be rooting for you in Paris in this year's Olympics?
Um, you have no idea how much your support means to me, because there's a lot of people that like really don't like me. So the support that you guys give me, and it like motivates me to try and do better, and try to succeed for you guys. So thank you for everyone who supports me. It really means a lot to me.
Well, great, man. We're going to leave it there, Miyanda. We wish you all the best here in Salam Media, and I'm pretty sure when, not if, when you come
Mm.
back with the medal, we'll be one of the first ones to, interview you and shower you with all kinds of praise. Because, yeah, man, you're South African, and guess what? They don't know what we know, right?
I love Vietnam, but don't really.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Miyanda. Wishing you all the best, and appreciate you giving us your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
That was SA BMX champ Miyanda Maseti, who's going to be making Olympic history in Paris, as she's going to be the first black female to represent South Africa in a BMX cycling. I think she's one to look out for, one of South Africa's rising stars when it comes to the world of BMXing. And being a female at 19, eh? At 19 already, major mark. I mean, I think there's something very, very, to celebrate. And we are only a few days before the Olympics start, and I think you need to go out to a social media and make sure that you follow all of the events that you'll be participating in Paris at this year's Olympics. Really great stuff, and a wonderful way to wrap up the show. And we're going to be leaving it here tomorrow. Inait Wadu will be joining you for the Friday edition of News and Views. But from myself, Salalo Makwidiri, Kolani, Nasrin Naidu, and everyone that has made this show possible, it's goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday. Enjoy your weekend and stay warm. Bye bye.